So here we're going to look at actually creating the performance review workflow. So prior, what we did was we went into our document library and we added the employee assessment and the reviewer feedback documents. So now we're going to put them to use. So we're going to add our new workflow. We're going to name it appropriately. We're going to tag it. In this case, let's tag this one as just HR for right now as our label. So let's give it a name and description. So we have them in here. We can see this is actually going to be for one of our employees named Ryan. And let's go to our existing document library and let's get our employee assessment. And we're going to have Ryan complete that. Now, one of the other great things that we can do here as well is have additional questions again, or we may want to choose one of our existing custom fields and then have answers to those be part of the employee performance review. So I'm actually going to do that here. Let's go to our existing library. You can see it has some pretty dull questions, but I'm going to choose this one. How likely are you to recommend a friend to work here? So not only will I have Ryan complete the document for their own self-assessment, I'm going to have him answer this question. Now again, I can have any number of questions, any number of documents, but in this case, I'm going to keep it simple with these. We're now going to see that we have both documents and questions that we're going to pose to the employee. And we're going to say we want the documents to be shown to them first. In this case, we're not worrying about Ryan adding any supporting documentation, so we're not going to include that as a step. And the last thing we're going to do is give it a specific due date. In this case, we're going to select the employee to be Ryan. Ryan's going to be the employee that's going to complete this. If I wanted other employees, I could obviously select them here, or I can create their own workflow for other staff members. We are going to want to do a review process because we want the reviewer to do an assessment. And again, we have that flexibility. Do we want to give all administrators the capability? Do we want Ryan's department manager? Do we want to pick somebody specifically? So we have all those options available to us. I'm going to keep it simple, say any administrator could review it. And just like we put the employee assessment, we know we already put the reviewer assessment in place. So we're going to now have the reviewer actually go through and answer and complete that assessment document on Ryan. We could also add reviewer questions. In this case, I'm not going to do that. So we're going to go to next. We have Ryan's performance review. He has to complete the self-assessment. He's going to answer this one question about recommending a friend to work here. He has to the 27th to complete it. We can see Ryan's our guy. The reviewer is going to have to complete their own assessment. So now I complete this process and I've just created a performance review workflow. Going back to my dashboard, I can see it's in my list. I can see Ryan is the only employee targeted for this, and he hasn't started it yet. So that's the easy process of creating a performance review workflow.